What's up, everybody? I just want to take a second and make a video for anyone struggling out there. If you're going through a moment in your life where you're just trying to get your shit together or figure out what the next step should be to just feel good about yourself and the way your life is going, you're not alone. Obviously, all of us go through moments where we're extremely challenged, or maybe we're going through the pressures of figuring out where we can go show our colors and show our value inside of our lives. And the first and most important thing I can say is just find an arena. Find an arena to go compete in. For some people, that's going to be something physical, like getting to the gym, taking up some kind of hobby or competitive sport. For other people, it's going to be in your business, in the business that you own or that you run. For other people, it's going to be in your job if you're working for someone else, helping them build their business. It's going to be taking ownership of your role in that and maximizing that so that you have something to go compete in. But the reality is, it doesn't need to, and when I say compete, does not need to be a competition against other people. It needs to be something where your worth can be measured and you're getting direct feedback from your environment around whether the things that you're doing are adding value and improving what's going on, or it's going to give you feedback that you need to alter it in such a way so that can be the case. And not having an arena to prove your worth or test your value and your ideas and trial and error through segments of your growth deprives you of any kind of positive feedback, and it deprives you of opportunity. And that opportunity is what's going to make you feel good about what you're doing. So if you're in a place where you're struggling, you don't know what to do, you don't know where your next chapter of growth is going to be, I'm going to challenge you to just find one arena to compete in. Make your goals and measurements around just that. It's hard to improve your life 20 areas at the same time. If you go super focused and super intentional around one area, it takes your emotional energy and focus and channels it into that one thing. And what's important is that not that your focus is all going into one thing. It's that your sensitivities are attuned to one thing. It's hard to manage the trials and errors of life when you are sensitive to 20 areas of your life at the same time. You're going to be your emotions are going to feel more neurotic than they would otherwise, because you're being sensitive to 20 things. And when you're sensitive to 20 things, you got some things going wrong with your car, you got some things going wrong with the kids at school, you got some things that are going to be challenges in your business, and some things that are going to challenge you around your health, etc., etc. That can become overwhelming and overstimulating very quick. The thing to do to mitigate that is to channel all of your focus into one thing. And obviously that's going to have the benefits of just, your focused efforts being in one area consistently. That thing's going to grow faster. But more importantly, when one thing is your focus and you acknowledge that out loud and acknowledge that in what you track and what you look at and pay attention to, what that really does is it takes away from the impact that upsets and obstacles are going to have in the other areas of your life. And if you're just super channeled into your health, it's okay if your business has a couple of days where things aren't completely perfect, because the truth is your focus and all your energy is on your health. And so if that thing's growing and doing well, the things that are going wrong in other areas are going to be slightly less impactful. And that allows you to keep your emotional energy and emotional momentum up. And it actually makes those other problems more manageable. When you are split and everything's equally important, that means everything's equally risky. And so you're going to measure everything as extremely high risk by default. So everything's got that topmost position, that topmost priority. And so it's going to feel like that when negative things inevitably happen in those. So by boiling down to having one priority, what you're also doing is only allowing one thing to have maximum impact upon you. And that can really, really give you a ton of emotional energy back. And it makes all the other problems way easier to solve because they just aren't hitting you emotionally the same way they would otherwise. So that's something to think about, something to mentally digest. And if it helps you out, I cannot encourage you to implement this faster in your life, because it just allows you to basically put on your armor, and small problems won't really fuck with you quite as hard as they would otherwise. So if this helps you, amazing, and I certainly hope it does, and I'll see you on the next one.